Here in Australia, we love a good comedian, and I'm joined by one today, Michael Jr., all the way from Dallas, Texas. G'day, Michael. Great to have you on the show today.
Yo, thanks so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'm really excited, man.
I wanted to start off just by acknowledging the fact that a comedian is a comedian. That's cool. But when you get to star in a movie, that's the next level of comedianship, in my opinion. How is that for you? Is that a good feeling?
Comedianship. That is great, dude. Wow.
Made that one up
My
on the
ship
fly.
came in.
Yeah.
I like that. You did make that up, man. Because I was thinking about being in some DJ ship, but
Right.
I decided to. No, I'm just playing. I just thought
radio
I would use the
DJ
word ship. Yeah. So it is fun, man. It's great to be in this movie. I'm super excited about what people are getting from it. Like it's and you get to laugh, but it's also laughter that brings some encouragement versus just laughing for the sake of laughing. So
all right. Well, the movie is called Selfie Dad. We'll get to that in a second, Michael. But I wanted to just to talk a little bit about the fact that you're a comedian first, and you're normally writing your own material. I would assume.
Yeah, always. Yep.
And then but as an actor in a movie, you're kind of told what to do, and you work with script writers. Like, I guess I just wanted to know how it all worked. Were you able to incorporate your own comedy? And did you feel awkward delivering someone else's punchlines or anything like that? How did that kind of tension go on the movie?
Yeah. Here's what was really cool about it, man. Before I signed up to do the movie, I met with the director, who's a great guy, really great dude, and we hit it off really well comedically, which is important because you don't want to not, like, if you're not feeling the director, now you're in a bad relationship. You got to break up with them, hug them, and be like, listen, it's not me, it's you. All that stuff gets weird, right? So the good thing about Brad, who directed this, is he actually gave me the freedom. He said, listen, if there's any lines in here that you want to say differently, let's go ahead and say them differently. And if there's any comedy you want to add, let's add some comedy. So a lot of the scenes you see in there, the comedy specifically, is stuff that me and Brad was able to create on the spot. So we just made a lot of it up, and it was really, really cool. But in the editing room, they chose a lot of the stuff that we just created right there on the spot. In fact, there's an Easter egg. There's a few Easter eggs in the movie, but we didn't necessarily plan on them beforehand. Like, there's a scene where I have a daughter, right? And the daughter is in the play Grease. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Grease, your listeners. Yeah. But as a dad, as a Black dad, I was like, Grease, you need to be in the color purple. I ain't never seen Grease before. So then she keeps mentioning her play, and I'm disconnected as a dad completely. I'm not really listening that well. There's an amazing, you didn't get to see the movie yet, did you? Did you see the movie yet?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing in its entirety. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, man. I must have really enjoyed it. That's awesome. Anyway, so I really appreciate your support. Really, that's awesome. Anyway, so at the end of the movie, there's a scene in the hallway when I thought the daughter sneaked out of the house. And there's something that happens in that hallway that makes people go, oh my goodness. If you catch it though. My goal was that 70% of the people wouldn't even catch it and 30% will. And right now, all these interviews we're doing for the movie, my numbers are about right. About 70%. The last interview I did a few minutes ago, she missed it. Now she's like, ooh, I got to go back because she enjoyed the movie so much. But now I'm telling you, it's so good. It is really, really good, man. Selfie Dad, I'm super excited about it.
All right. So what you're telling me is that thanks to the director, you were able to be spontaneous, and it was going to be a really lame movie before, but now it's heaps better because you got to add your own bits. Yeah, very cool.
No, that is exactly what I'm saying. Yes. No, not at all. No, right, I'm excited about what they let me do, man. It was really cool.
The movie is called Selfie Dad. Has you playing like a midlife crisis kind of dad who needs to find connection with his family, who has no genuine connection with his Christian faith. Talk to us about the midlife crisis thing. Do you relate? What's the most midlife crisisy thing that you've ever done?
Yeah, I guess the most I relate to this character, one of the things for sure I relate to is he's tall, black, and handsome. We got that in common. That guy is amazing, like muscular and stuff, man. So I think that was cool. crisis wise, no, I didn't really identify with that. So I had to do a little bit of research on what that looks like, but I fully identified with not understanding what his purpose was and then getting clarity about it in the way that it happened in the movie. Like I really get that because he was really lost and confused, and his YouTube channel blows up. Like he gets this YouTube channel and things take off, and he starts to get everything he wanted, but he's losing what it is he really needed, and he already had it and didn't even know it. So it's really kind of cool to see that take place, and a lot of men are really getting a lot out of this movie. Like this isn't necessarily a movie where you just have to, like, it's not a date, a movie only women would see.
It's not like the movie War Room. I feel like, sorry,
I was in War Room too, right?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's funny because in the movie, there's this lady that plays, talking to your wife in the movie, and she's like going, "Have you seen the movie War Room?" And the wife goes, "No, I don't like Christian movies." And so I thought that was funny because I know that you were in the movie War Room, but also because of I guess we've all kind of seen a Christian movie that we didn't like. So what makes this movie stand out? And you can talk about the crux of the movie for sure if you like, but why should we watch this Christian movie? I mean, tell us.
Well, yeah, when you say we all watch a Christian movie that we don't like. Yeah, if you watch 2 Christian movies, chances are you saw one that you didn't like. Like you don't got to see a bunch of them. So I think this one is different because funny is actually done right. And I don't mean that from my perspective. I mean, there's rarely, like, you can only name maybe 2 Christian films. I think there's another one out now that has comedy in it, but it's not comedy that only Christians get. Like, I'm not juggling Bibles in there. I don't got a puppet. Like, it's some actual comedy, the same stuff I've done on the Tonight Show on NBC and Jimmy Kimmel and on all of these. It's the same type of comedy there. And it blends really well with a story about a man who understands more clearly how to be a dad and how to walk in his purpose. So it's actually like it works together versus sometimes the messages are kind of forced in some Christian films where it's really a movie around a message, which is okay, but this is more of a really good story with a message.
Yeah, it's called Selfie Dads, coming out real soon. But the other thing that's coming out real soon before we go, Michael, I know you got a book coming out next week. Next week?
I do. Next week. I know it's like crazy, man. The name of the book is called Funny How Life Works. So by all means, people should get the book. It's a book that kind of follows some of my life stories, but we use funny to teach those stories, and we give people an application so they can grow in what it is they're called to do. So you can buy the book anywhere books are sold. And then when people buy the book, you can actually go to funnyhowlifeworksbook.com, put in your receipt code, and we will send you a free copy of my comedy special.
That's very cool.
Pretty cool, man.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Really cool, man. So
good comedians aren't just funny, but they highlight a truth in life that we need to expose in society. And so thank you, Michael Jr., for being that kind of a good comedian for us. We need more comedians just like you, my friend. So thank you very much for joining us this morning, my friend. Thank you. We'll catch the movie Selfie Dad real soon.
Thank you so much, man. You're awesome. Great interview.
Cheers.
Bye.